Thank you for coming forward, BUNN. BUNN, can we, in the first instance, check that we have higher self permission to do this work from both the man and the woman?
I've taken the permission from the lady, and then
Yeah,
now we are going to work with. Yes, we have the permission from the gentleman too.
excellent, excellent. Thank you, thank you. BUNN, would you focus on this lady and the gentleman? Please notice what you. Please tell me what you notice first about them, their relationship, or the energy that you notice about them.
This is a visual representation of what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah,
Like they're sitting on two high thrones, like high throne,
yeah,
and not next to each other. They're like almost 90-degree to each other,
I see. Yeah.
and the thing that comes in is there is a anger, rage that is felt. I can feel that energy of anger and rage from the gentleman,
From
and
the
there
gentleman.
is
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and the lady, there is a sort of uh, feeling a sense of loss. What next? How do we go about this? Sort of in a very gloomy space that she's in right now.
Okay, so he has this anger and rage, and she, if I'm understanding you right, it's almost like not feeling her own power, feeling at a loss
Yes,
and as to what she might be able to do about this. Okay.
that's true.
Uh, can we, in the first instance, focus on the gentleman and this sense of rage? Um, can we go to where this originates from, please?
I get the age of 7, somewhere, that it started.
Mhm.
It's, saying self when he was about 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
And I see this, this, and the scene that is coming up is mother beating him, like a lot of beating that's happening from the mother, from his mother.
Okay, I see. I see. So when I asked to go to the origins of it, we go into um, that point in his life where he's on the receiving end of anger from his mother.
Mother.
Yeah. Okay. And okay. And I've no idea whether the gentleman's mother is still alive or not. But I am,
She's alive. She's
yeah.
alive.
Can we invite the spirit of this lady to be present here?
She walks in
Yeah. How does she look?
like in a very this is like an very arrogant,
Okay. Yeah.
and the sense that what the heck is happening here. This is sort of a
Hmm.
expression that I can see that now.
Okay. Yeah. So, the kind of arrogance sounds like a little bit of hostility, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's explain to this lady. We're looking to be in service to this gentleman and this lady. We're looking to understand the root of their problems, and one of the roots has been um, at a point in the gentleman's childhood where uh, you were very angry. You were expressing strong anger towards him, uh, which resulted in physical violence towards him. Do you recognize this?
The word that says, oh, he's my son, I can do anything.
Yeah. So are you happy at doing something that causes unhappiness for your son and for his future relationships? Because then,
Yeah, there's no remorse or that. I don't care. I'm interested in myself.
yeah, you're interested in yourself. I understand that. But do you ever wish that your son may have had a happier future? Do you ever consider how you might have contributed to create a happier future? How you may still contribute to create a happier future for your son?
The word that she's trying to say, he's happy because of me. When he stays with me, he will be happy.
Well, it seems that he's not happy. It seems that that hasn't proved to be true.
Yes, says that I can't let him go. That sort of a thing.
You can't let
I
him
can't
go.
let him go.
Okay. Oh, so if you can't let him go, does this mean that you expect his relationships to be difficult? You expect him to be unhappy? Is that what it means?
Yes.
You are happy to see your son unhappy? Really?
The other first sense that I'm getting that she says, like uh, sort of like she opens up her mouth and then showing sort of a crookedness in that, what we just told her.
Mm. I'll also ask you to consider that I don't know if this gentleman and the lady has children or not, but you have descendants. You have other generations after this. And this kind of energy can transfer down to those. It can go on. It can go on until someone is brave enough to step in and change it. Is that something that you might do here?
She said, I don't want anything to change.
You don't want anything to change. Oh, you prefer your son to be unhappy.
That's how I can control him.
Okay. Well, I don't know your son and I don't know much about anything, yet one thing I am aware of is if a man has to choose between his wife and his mother does not end up happy, usually. Are you sure this is what you wish?
If I choose him to be happy, then what about my happiness?
Yeah. So, what about your happiness? Yeah. Is this true happiness controlling your children? Is this really true happiness? Does it really feel good inside? I'm going to ask you to consider what else feels good inside, really feels good inside. For some, it may be acts of love.
I love my son. There's a statement that comes.
You love your son, yes. Thank you for making that clear. Yet, do your actions support that love for your son? You've said that you're prepared to accept your son being unhappy. Is that love? I understand the role of a mother can be a very, very difficult one. I'm asking you to think again about what you contribute to your children, to those that you love, allowing them to be loved.
She said this, I'm controlling him because of her, like she's pointing at her daughter-in-law.
Well, this is something for your son to sort out. Let your son address the issues between himself and his wife.
He says he doesn't know how to handle her. I have to teach him
Okay.
all the time.
Well, if you're having to teach him all the time, then you are stopping him from learning how to handle. I am suggesting to you that you step back. I'm suggesting to you that the energy, hmm, the energy that belongs to you that is with your son, that you begin to withdraw it and you replace it with energy that is truly loving. The need for control is not truly loving. Tell me, dear lady, how do you feel about that?
From that arrogance, and it goes down to little mellow down stage right now. But there's a sort of a fear that she is having, like what if she loses her son?
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that, dear lady. Yet, if you are able to uh, demonstrate loving actions towards your son and towards his wife, whatever, yeah, however you feel about them, if you were to offer loving actions towards both, can you imagine how that might change things?
She says, I hate her. How can I love her?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
She says towards her daughter-in-law, I hate her. How can I love her?
Oh, you hate her. How can you love her? Yeah, yeah, I hear you. That's difficult, isn't it? Um, okay, that you love your son. You love your son for him to make his choices. But if you're not allowing him or inviting him to make his choices, then you get in the way of him finding his own happiness. How come you hate this lady?
What that she will take away my son.
And take away your son, yeah. So, um, I guess the more of a threat you are to her marriage, the higher the risk of that. I'm asking you now to reflect on all this. I'm asking you to think of your son's happiness and his son's, what's the word? His son's opportunities to grow, letting him sort out some of this. Let him make his choices. When you step in the way like this, it undermines his ability to make his choices, and it is not an expression of true love for your son. You say you love your son, I believe you. How can you express it more authentically, even when he's making a choice that you do not approve of?
What if he falls down if I allow him to do it himself?
But if he falls down, he can turn to you if he chooses. You, loving your son, you can ensure that you are there for him if he chooses. What's happening with the lady now?
She's slowly breaking down, and she's holding her knees and then sitting down. And she said, I didn't get any love from my parents.
Ah, yeah. So you not receiving love from your parents, how could you know how to offer love to your children? I understand. Yeah, in this generations, during these generations, someone can break the pattern. I'm asking you if you feel that you can break this pattern, finding other ways to show love to your children, loving them, supporting them, whether they're doing good things, whether they're falling down.
She said that I shall try to set him free.
Okay. So, dear lady, I'm going to ask you if you again, are you ready to withdraw the energies between you and your son that have a controlling effect on him? Would you withdraw that? And then I'll ask you if you would offer loving energy connections to your son. How does that feel when I ask that?
She shows me an image like, how from his back, you can see a string of, a gooey material, like, how you have an elasticity attached to her. The entire back of his son is attached to her hands, like how you could just be holding and controlling him, sort of a thing, like puppeting.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
She
And
shows me that in a dark amber color, energy that is connecting from her hands and the entire
yeah,
back.
dear lady, bring your attention to your heart. Feel the pure energy in your. I'm going to ask you if you set an intention to work with a pure, loving energy from your heart to your son. And in doing so, begin to dissolve that other energy that we are just referring to. I am not here to cause you pain. I am here to support you in your expressions of love to your son, any other children you may have.
She's ready to withdraw that, and she's withdrawing that gluey and resin sort of a material.
Yeah.
And as the withdrawal is happening, there seems to be a sort of a cavity, like how you could see the cavity in something is removed at the back.
Yeah.
So that is now being filled up with love.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, dear lady. Thank you for your courage in doing this. And being prepared to change after all this time. Thank you. So what's happening now?
The back that the wide areas because they're slowly getting filled up. She's sitting down and then looking at everything. Let me see how the future holds between me and my son.
Please sit down and reflect. Please sit down, reflect, and relax. But also know that the energetic connections between you and your son are becoming more authentically loving.
You're ready to send that loving light to him.
Now, if that is complete, I'm going to ask you, dear lady, if you will step back, knowing that loving connection is there, that the
Yeah, she's still
control,
going back.
yeah, thank you. I'm going to bring my attention to the husband now, the son, or the gentleman. How does he look now?
The one word that is saying that rather a sentence. I'm always bruised,
Mm.
and I wasn't able to express it, so I turned violent.
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. Sir, have you been aware of what's been happening here? Uh, are you aware of where this violence and this anger is coming from?
He acknowledges it comes from his mother and the family upbringing.
Yeah,
He acknowledges it, and he still continues to play the same similar sort of an role or similar sort of a character.
yeah, yeah. Sir, can you see that your mother is courageous enough to seek to make a positive change in this? Do you see that, sir?
He's seeing that how mother withdrew that energy and then started sending that pure love light to him. He feels much lighter now.
Okay,
He's literally shaking this body literally, like feeling that a sort of a freeness in his energy.
That's, thank you. So please, sir, I'm going to ask you to relax and just enjoy these feelings. Enjoy. And if you choose, you can ask for these feelings to become even stronger. May we address the gentleman's wife?
Yes.
Okay. Dear lady, have you been observing this?
He says, I'm tired. I've been telling him to address these issues. I'm tired. He
Yeah.
doesn't listen.
Okay. I hear that. And I hear that you're tired. Um, Something I want to understand is when you say you're tired, do you mean you have given up?
It just almost feels like that. And she's like,
Mm,
there's nothing more that she can do beyond this.
okay, dear lady, is that what you wish? Is that what you want, to give up your power in this? To allow whatever is going to happen, whether it's something that is loving and enjoyable, or whether it's something bad and scary. Is that really what you wish for yourself here? And not just for you, but for the family environment, however far that extends. Is that really what you wish? Is this worth standing up for?
She says, I did it many times and then I was pushed away. I was abused. I was pushed and pulled away.
Okay, I hear that. Um, I guess when you do it so many times, it just leaves a sense of hopelessness. Yeah. Have you witnessed anything like these exercises before with your family, with your husband, with his mother? Have you ever witnessed this before? Is this worth trying?
I'm always ready. That's the first statement. Is I'm always ready to work this out.
Okay. Are you ready to see if we can work this out now?
She says, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm concerned about your state and this sense of hopelessness and this sense of weariness. I'm going to ask you, beings of light that are with us can come and detect and remove any foreign energies that may be with you, any unhealthy energies that do not support you. I understand that you're weary and you're tired out.
There are light beings who come forward now, which are creating a sort of enclosure. It's they're not trying to show the image, and they just create an enclosure around her with a sort of a white light, like how you
Yeah,
encapsulate or put them in a bubble. And I can see only the white light energy, and then something is going out of her energy field, but they don't show me anything in dark. They show everything in light. Like
I
it's
see.
just
Yeah.
this energy that's just getting dissipated. They said the light beings are saying you don't need to know what we are removing, but we are removing.
Dear lady, do you see the level of support support that is there for you. When we ask, do you see the level of support? When you say you are ready to stand up for this?
No, that bubble of light that was there, it goes away. I think things have been removed.
Yeah.
I can see her, standing up. At least she's not in that, hopelessness. I said, okay, now I'm ready to explore.
Okay. Now, dear lady, you notice that you work with the gentleman's mother over the need to control. And I'm interested to understand if there's a need to control on your part also. I understand that you're his wife, but I also understand that you've been in battle with him and his mother. When battles come to an end, the soldiers put their weapons down. I'm asking you to consider what your weapons are. I understand that you feel defeated, but I also am suggesting to you that this is not a battlefield. Let's move this into a place that gives you a better chance of success. The battlefield dissolving, perhaps. I'm imagining green meadows, fertile land. So the energy that the light beings have worked with in you has helped to dissolve the how do you put it? The readiness to do battle or the readiness to go into defeat. What about the green fields and the rich vital energy that can be nurtured within you? Offering loving energy to yourself so you can stand tall.
As they step down, as she steps down from that sort of a high throne, space,
Oh yeah.
he also steps down.
Okay. So do I understand the lady stepping down as um, inspired the gentleman to step down? Is that the way it worked?
Step down.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh, see. See, dear lady. See, right at the very start, how this is different. You took that initiative to step down from the throne. Your husband followed you. You no longer have to um, tie yourselves into the positions that you have been tying yourself into. You are making yourself free to find other ways to work together that are more mm, healthy, that are more loving if you choose, if he chooses.
It's inviting. The green meadows and the green colors quite inviting for them. Yes, we shall definitely, it's a collective thing, what I can sense is, yes, we shall try to look at this.
Okay. Working with healthy energy. Healthy energy for yourself, healthy energy for your relationship. And as I was saying to the gentleman's mother, control is not healthy. Working with a healthy relationship between you. How does she seem now?
Well, she's at least able to look up to him, and he's looking at her. Still, there is a space, there's a distance, but at
Mm,
least there is something, from that space what they were away from each other. Now, at least, you can see that, they're at least able to look up and look into each other, at least at a distance.
okay. Okay. Thank you, dear lady. I wish you to know that I acknowledge the efforts that you are making here. Thank you. And I hear that there's some progress, but there's still some way to go. I'm going to ask if we can focus on the gentleman now.
Yes.
Sir, notice the courage of the ladies in your life. Your mother, how she's demonstrating a willingness to change, to work with loving energy. Your wife, how she's willing to try again, to be ready for different outcomes, healthier outcomes. How about you, sir? What can you do differently to what you have been doing?
Is also like, he also likes freedom.
Mhm.
And I guess, and I also like to have freedom. I feel controlled by everybody. Like he says, I will feel like everyone is controlling me.
Okay. So you like freedom, you enjoy freedom. Yeah, yeah, so do I. Yeah. I think we all enjoy freedom. And enjoying freedom and holding on to freedom is good. Yet you also make your choices here. There is a potential for a new loving relationship to grow between you. The potential for that. You can be free to contribute to that if you choose. You can be free to run away from that if you choose. Observe this, sir. Observe yourself. Where does happiness lie for you? Where does your own sense of fulfillment lie?
He says, I need to have more peace within myself.
You need to be sorry.
I need to be more peaceful with myself.
Okay, yeah,
There's a lot of inner anger.
yeah.
He says that's what it causes this sort of an experience. He says, I need to be more peaceful with myself.
May I invite those light beings to come to you now, to find any foreign energies there that do not serve you, and remove whatever needs to be removed, so that what is left is your pure, authentic self.
There are two light beings who come forward, and then they're slowly, they're slightly above the shoulder level, and then they're just releasing all that is required. A sort of earlier it is to be a, when I look in the energy field, it is to be like dark brown, red, and fiery yellow colors. Now slowly, now once they remove it, they're pushing a lot of blue light into him. A very light sky blue energy is being entered into his entire energy field as such.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Sir, does that help you to feel more peaceful with yourself?
He says yes.
So, I asked you about being free to contribute to a healthier, more loving relationship with your wife. And I asked you about being free to run away, if that's what you choose, from the responsibilities of that loving, healthy relationship with your wife. And I'm not asking for uh, promises or empty gestures or anything like that. But I'm asking you to notice what's happening with you, to notice your wife, and to notice the potential for happiness. And at some point, you can make your choices how much you wish to contribute to this. Your wife can make her choices. I guess what we're looking to do is to make those choices from within a healthier place where the energy between you is healthy.
It says I'm ready to take the step.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I'm going to ask if we can focus on the energy between the gentleman and the husband and the wife, and just observe whether it's. We don't want to manipulate as such, but we do wish to ensure that there's nothing else interfering, any other foreign energies interfere.
Right now, there are no external, but the energy alignment will take some time for it to, because
Yeah,
they have to work through this.
sir and madam, do you hear that? It will take some time. It will take some time, and the choices are yours. No, nobody's making you make a commitment or forcing you into anything. In that sense, we're inviting your own sense of freedoms to be able to do this if you choose. And being able to do this from a healthy place. BUNN, is there anything else that needs to be addressed? Oh, it occurs to me, can we check their home? Just ensure that there's nothing unhealthy going on there.
The light beings are clearing the energy right now, the house. It's like it feels that like sparks of words, like what is being talked and not talked about it, verbal, non-verbal. That's the energy that's there in the house, mostly communication related. And the beings are removing everything from the house, filling in a lot of love and light into that space. Yes, it looks
BUNN,
better now.
thank you. BUNN, what else does this couple need to support them in their way forward, either whether it's together or not, even if it's not? What do they need? Is there anything else that we can offer now?
I think they know about themselves better, is what is knowing here. If they look into their eyes, look into each other's eyes, they'll find love, which they don't do it.
Mhm. So the potential there is for them to find love between them if they choose, but they do have
Yes.
to choose. Okay, thank you. Is there anything else that we need to address on behalf of this couple?
Nothing for now.
No. So, are we complete?
Yes, we're complete.
Thank you, BUNN. Thank you. I'll bring the recording to an end now.